Hello, this video is going to be covering a few little things that you may not have realised that you could do in Tarkov, or things that you just may not have thought of or noticed. Some of these may be fairly obvious to some of you who've played other first-person shooters, but to some of you I'm sure these things will be useful. If you did enjoy the video, please do leave a like down below. If not, let me know why, and let me know if you did or didn't know all of these things, and any more suggestions you've got. And without further ado, let's get into the first tip. Okay, so this one is going to be to do with loading magazines and having a bullet in the chamber. So normally when you have a gun, there's 30 rounds in the magazine, or however many rounds there are, and then there is also one stored in the chamber as well. That only happens if you put an extra bullet into the chamber though, otherwise it will take one off of the 30 you have in the magazine. So here, just to prove, we had one in the chamber and 30 in the mag. Now what we're going to do is going to take some bullets out of the magazine, put it in again, and I'll show you how to do that now. So take some bullets out, drag it onto the gun, your character will load them with the gun with that bullet, and now if you had a full magazine, you would have 31 rounds in your gun, giving you an extra round essentially. And this has another benefit as well, which I'll show you here. So when you unload the gun, and you fire your last shot, so it's totally empty. If the gun hasn't been loaded before you get it out, you'll have to do this. You'll have to charge the gun. That happens in between reloads, and it also happens when you get the gun out for the first time. Now what you can also do here, as I'm about to show you, is you can take that single round out of the gun if you wanted to. It's a bit of a... I mean, these features are kind of cool, but they don't actually make a huge difference in gameplay, but it's nice to see this realism in the game. As you can see there, load the bullet back into the gun. We can even try and fire the gun with a single shot, which I wouldn't really recommend doing, but you know, say you wanted to do a hardcore raid where you're only going with an AK with a single round in it, you could do that. It will be very difficult, and it would take ages to get shots off, but it's definitely something that you could do. Just to show you as well, you can also do this while the gun isn't even equipped, so if you put a magazine in the gun, you will have to charge it when you get it out, but you can put magazines into the gun and also bullets into it when you are not looking at it in your hand. Right, so tip number 2 is to make sure you load your shotgun before you go into a raid. If you do what I've done here, when you go into a raid with a shotgun with 0 shells in it, you're going to have a bad time. Right, we're loading into the raid, what do we got to do? Load shotgun shells into the shotgun. You hear those shots there? That could have been me, and I wasn't ready. I had to put shells in the shotgun. You don't want to be like me here, this is not what you want. You want to be like me here. This is what you do when you put shotgun shells already inside your gun. You load in, you're ready to go. Anyone was there, I was going to deal with them, no problem at all. Make sure you put shotgun shells into your shotguns before going into a raid. I'm just going to show you how to do that now. So if we jump into the inventory, all you need to do is go to the shotgun, right click on it, inspect, go to the magazine, drag the magazine off of the shotgun, drag the shotgun shells onto that magazine, and then put the magazine onto the shotgun itself. And you also, if you want to chamber the shotgun, just need to drag a single shotgun shell over the shotgun itself, and that will add that round into the chamber of the shotgun, making sure that you're ready to go as soon as you get into the raid. Okay, so the next few tips are going to be in regards to grenades. Now the first thing you need to know about grenades is they are totally safe until you throw them in Tarkov. So when you're holding like this, it's not going to cook, it's not going to go off in your hand. All you need to do to make it safe again, pop the pin back in by swapping to another weapon. Now there are also 2 main ways of throwing grenades in Tarkov. So you can get one out into your hand like this by pressing the number you've got it assigned to, and then holding left or right click to throw it like this, and that will give you time to aim it. Another way of doing it is to simply just tap G while you've got any weapon in your hands like this. That will throw it straight away in the direction you're going, and that will be the same as doing a left click throw. That will be a long throw. Now moving on to the types of throws, there are 2 different types. There is a long throw, which you can do by holding the left click while you have the grenade in your hand, and there is the short throw you can do by holding the grenade with a right click while it's in your hand, and that will do a shorter throw like that there. These 2 different types are useful depending on what you're trying to do with them. If you're trying to get into a room, you might want to do a right click. If you're trying to get it a long distance, you want to do a left click. So they are situational and useful for different things. I tested as well, and there is no difference if you hold down both buttons like there is in Counter-Strike, for example. It is pretty much just G to throw, left click or right click depending on which method you're going for. So that's either G if you've got another weapon out, or you can do a left click with it in your hand, or a right click with it in your hand as well. Okay, so this last tip I've got for you here is a pretty obvious one if you've played the game for a while, but if not, it might be useful for you. If you're struggling with a quest, try going into whichever map you need to be in to do that quest at night. Chances are if you're doing a quest at night, you'll have a much easier job of avoiding people. As you can see here, those 2 guys over the side of the courtyard have no idea I'm even there. You can avoid people, you can get your objectives done, and often without even getting a shot fired at you. In this case here, I decided to sort of try my luck with this guy, see if I could get one of them, but you know, I could quite easily sneak past these guys here and finish the quest I was trying to do. It's a really easy way of getting past people and getting the quests done. I would recommend taking some sort of weapon with you, even if it's just a pistol in your container or an SMG in your container, just to sort of, you know, have some form of self-defense if you do need it. And that's going to be it for today. It's 4 simple tips for you in Tarkov and 4 things that you may not have known. If you did know them, then please do let me know. If you didn't, let me know as well. Otherwise, thanks for watching the video, and I hope you have a great day. I'll leave you with this gameplay, and I'll see you around. Thanks guys.